Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Irvin, with another manga chapter review. This is going to be on the 4th chapter of Goblin Slayer, Brand New Day. This chapter itself is called Of a Perfectly Ordinary Goblin Nest, and we do get a little insight of how goblins interact with each other. Before I continue though, I do want to say a few things. If you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell button if you want to know when I go live, like right now, or when I upload videos. Also, if you haven't seen the first 3 chapters on this series, you can watch them in my channel. This series itself doesn't really go chapter by chapter, in the way where if you miss one, it wouldn't be much of a difference. So you can watch this video and then watch the rest. At the end of this video, you'll see a playlist and you can go watch that. You can watch all of them together at once. And then last of all, there is a spoiler alert. So you have been warned. I will talk about the 4th chapter in detail. So spoiler alert. So, Goblin Slayer, Brand New Day is a manga that goes side by side with the anime and the manga Goblin Slayer. In fact, if you read this manga, you probably will be completely lost if you have never heard of the series Goblin Slayer. So, if you haven't done so, you probably do want to do that, and I have some reaction videos and other reviews on the actual anime, so you guys can check that out if you want. But if you have heard of it, then you're in the perfect spot. Of a Perfectly Ordinary Goblin Nest, or Chapter 4, we encounter the kind of lifestyle or just how an ordinary nest works. And even though goblins don't speak in a language that's understandable, we kind of get the thoughts of a goblin who is a guard. Now, I will say this is probably the most graphic chapter of the series itself, at least of what I've read so far. This one was pretty graphic. Again, if you haven't seen the anime, goblins are pretty bad creatures in this series. Essentially, they go and they destroy villages, they take the women, and they basically rape them and kill them and then eat them. Then the males, they just eat them. So we have the thoughts of this guard who has always been a guard for his nest, and his complaints is he always gets the leftovers, he always gets the last parts, and he's complaining about it. So he's kind of figuring out what he should do, and he says, you know, there's the seekers that go and seek the villages, which one they should go attack, and then he's like, there's the chief that I hate him because he just sits there and plans stuff, and so he kind of gives us an insight of how the nest works itself. And essentially you have guards, you have the core of the goblins that go and do the evil doings, and then you have the chiefs, the leaders that stay back, take care of the nest, and basically are the brains of the nest. So that's the first half, and then Goblin Slayer shows up and kills every single goblin, and he goes and confronts the chief, and finally kills the chief as well, and saves a girl that was being taken as a hostage, and probably would have been food for them eventually. So, again, at the beginning and at the end, we do see some graphic scenes with the girl. So if you're lighthearted, this chapter might be one you want to skip. But if you're not, then go ahead and read it. I think overall, this series is a great series. And again, if you are watching the anime or reading the manga, this is a great kind of side manga that you can read with and get more information out of it to learn more about it. So that's why I'm going to give this series, this chapter, 8 out of 10 still. I think that's what it deserves. Again, if it was just a standalone, I probably wouldn't give it that high of a rating, but because I know where it's coming from, and I know it's a manga made for side information for this big universe of Goblin Slayer, I think it is well deserved to get an 8 out of 10. So, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Again, if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel. I have seen a growth these past few weeks. Thank you so much for those who have been adding on to my channel. Thank you for for giving me that love that you guys have given me by watching my videos and just commenting and liking. So thank you so much, guys. And with nothing else to say, guys,